to my lipstick. So today I'm going to be doing a one brand tutorial. So that means I picked one makeup brand and I'm going to be using exclusively their products only. So the brand I chose today is e.l.f. and I'm really excited about this because e.l.f. is a super affordable drugstore brand. A lot of their products vary from $1 to $6. I'm using all e.l.f. products today, all e.l.f. brushes. The only products that I used today that were not e.l.f. were a mascara because the mascara I got was completely dried out. Very disappointed with that, but what can you do? And my eyelash curler. Everything else is completely e.l.f. and so if you would like to see how to get this makeup look, just keep on watching. Okay, so I'm going to start off first with my e.l.f. primer, and the e.l.f. primer that I have is the Mineral Infused Face Primer. This is a silicone-based primer used to kind of fill pores, and the reason I use it not so much for pores is because I have a lot of acne scarring. So I do have kind of natural divots in my face, especially around up here and the chin area and things like that. So you don't have to get this primer, just kind of tailor the primer to whatever your skin needs. e.l.f. has a ton of primers. They recently just came out with some color correcting primers. So if you have a lot of redness, they have a green primer that will work great for you. They have some very hydrating primers, things like that. So just pick whichever works for you and your skin type. So I just take this on my hands and then just rub it all over my face, particularly concentrating on the areas that I need to fill in the pores or the scarring. Alright, so now I'm going to go into the foundation, and today I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This is actually just a hair too dark for me, but the reason I'm using this one is because the only other e.l.f. foundation I have is kind of an acne fighting foundation, and I've actually never tried that before, and I wanted to do a separate video on that product. And I really wanted to use this one because a lot of my viewers don't actually have acne, so I didn't want to do something like that for you guys who don't really need coverage with acne. So we're going to use this one. This one is a great one. I love wearing this during the summer because it is really a flawless finish foundation. It looks beautiful. It just makes it look like your natural skin is just gorgeous. So I'm actually going to be applying this with a brush. I don't ever do that, to be honest, but we're going to do it here because today I'm going to be using only e.l.f. brushes. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to squirt out some on the back of my hand. And then I'm going to apply it with this e.l.f. brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush from e.l.f. And as you can see as I'm putting it on, it is a touch dark. I'm going to make sure I really try to bring that up in the hairline because, like I said, it's a little bit too dark. So we want to make it as cohesive as possible. I do like to bring it onto my ears then, because I have obviously very pale ears. And bring it down my neck a bit, just so it's all even everywhere. So the next step, I'm going to go in with concealer. So first I'm actually going to be using this e.l.f. Corrective Concealer Kit. This one is also meant for acne and redness. And I love this. They have a bunch of different ones, just a plain concealer kit. They have this kind. I think they have another one, but I honestly can't remember what it's for. But yeah, this is the acne one. It's a Neutralize and Brighten one. And I'm going to be using the green color to kind of cover up this acne mark I have here and any of the other little spots on my face. And then I'm going to use this pink tone underneath my eyes here to kind of neutralize that bluish purpleness. It's really going to kind of cancel out that color. So to apply first the pinky color, I'm going to be using this Flawless Concealer brush. It's a very fluffy kind of brush here. Just go into the pink color here, kind of swirl it around. These are creams, so they apply very, very nice. I'm just going to take this underneath my eye here. I hope the camera's picking it up, but what it's doing is it's actually kind of brightening my under eye. And when I do put regular concealer over it, it's going to mask all that purple and blueness that I have. You don't want to apply something like this if your under eyes are super red on a certain day because it's really just going to kind of emphasize that. And now I'm just going to use the same brush and I'm going to go into this green color here. and apply that to my spots. I really just kind of dab it on like this. Alright, so now I'm going to go into an actual concealer, and the one that I'm going to be using today is this e.l.f. Maximum Color Coverage Concealer. It's an oil-free product, so it's going to be great for people who are oily. I do actually have this HD Lifting Concealer from e.l.f., and this one is in Fair, and it actually comes out, like once it dries, it turns brown. So it's very, very dark on me, and it just looks ridiculous. So this is the one that I'm going to use. And it's a very, very, like it says, it's maximum coverage. So it's, yeah, it's maximum coverage. So I'm just going to go into that same brush I used before. And just dab the product on there. And then I am going to go in with my finger. And then I'm going to go in the under eye down here. Really doesn't take a ton of product. And hopefully you can see, but my eyes are still, my under eyes are still very light and bright from that pink concealer. Alright, so now I'm going to go in and set all of that with powder. And the powder that I have is the High Definition powder from e.l.f. This is a white translucent kind of powder. And this is not something you're going to want to use if you're taking pictures, because it is an HD powder and it's going to have that flashback. So I don't know if you can see that there's the white powder in there. And this is a very, very messy product too. It does kind of float out in the air and it's very dusty. So I do really like it though, just because it's translucent. And then I'm going to be applying that today with this e.l.f. powder brush. It's a flat top powder brush. I just dip my brush comb in there, tap off any extra product, and then start to apply. And you just want to make sure that you're applying this very evenly over your face, not concentrating too much in one area, because then, like I said, you will get that white ghost face. And then I am going to be concealing my under eyes with the e.l.f. High Definition Under Eye Setting Powder. I love this stuff. It's so great for setting your under eyes. It does have a little bit of kind of glitter in it, but the glitter kind of naturally flakes off as you put it on, so it doesn't stay there and look ridiculous. So this works really well to set. And the brush I'm using now is the e.l.f. Professional Powder Brush. I'm just gonna set my under eye, and I do take a little bit on the lid there because I like to get it in the inner corner here. Next up, I'm gonna go into my e.l.f. blush, and the one that I have is Twinkle Pink. This also does have a bit of shimmery glitter in it, and I'm going to be applying the blush with your e.l.f. blush brush. And this is actually a really pretty kind of peachy pink. It's very, very subtle too. Now I'm going to go in and do my brows, and I'm using the e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit. This one is in medium. And it's got the brow powder, which is the lighter one over here, and the brow wax. And I'm going to be using an e.l.f. small angled brush to apply this. And I'm going to go into the powder first. And I also like to use this e.l.f. eyelash and brow wand. It's like a little spoolie. Just kind of brush the brow hairs in the direction that I want them to be. Kind of disperse the powder throughout the brow a little bit better. Just make sure it's exactly where I need it to be. And then when I'm done, I go in with the brow wax. Now the brow wax is essentially a product that you would use instead of a brow set, those liquidy brow sets. Just use the brow wax, it has the same purpose. But the thing about it is a brow wax is generally tinted. And this is just ever so slightly. It looks super dark, but you really can't tell very much that it is actually tinted. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and use an eyelid primer. And the primer that I'm going to use is the e.l.f. eye primer that comes with the liner sealer. So it's double-ended. It's got the primer on one side, and then it's got an eyeliner sealer. It's kind of a liquidy product, almost very similar to brow gel. And I like this one so much better than the e.l.f. eyelid primer that comes in the liquidy form. This one just, it makes my eyelid eyeshadow crease throughout the day. I just really don't like it. This one is more like a stick concealer kind of consistency. It kind of feels like a crayon. But I really like this one because it actually evens out the redness on my eyelids, kind of covers up those veins a little bit and conceals while still being a primer. So it does help my eyelid eyeshadow stay all day. Okay, so I have a couple of e.l.f. palettes I'm going to be using for my eyeshadow today. I got these 3 palettes here for free from my e.l.f. order. This is one thing that's really, really wonderful about e.l.f. is that they're constantly having coupon codes on their website. And you don't have to search the internet for these coupon codes. They'll tell you right on their homepage what the coupon codes are for the week. So I happened to make an order when they had 3 free compacts as their coupon code. They are little compacts like this, and inside each one is 4 eyeshadow pans. And I'm also going to be using this little black beauty book. And the reason I'm using this is it's got a whole bunch of different colors in here, mattes and shimmers. The thing about these compacts is they only come with shimmer shades, and I have hooded eyes, and generally when you're doing kind of a crease color you wouldn't want to use a shimmer. You do want to use a matte, so I'm going to be switching between these two. So first and foremost, I'm going to apply my crease color, and I'm going to use the little black book here. I'm going to first go in with a blending brush, or contour brush actually. It's this very, very tiny little densely packed brush here. I'm gonna go into this, maybe this brown over here. It's a darker brown. So I relax my face and start to apply the eyeshadow while my eyes are relaxed, and start to create a crease just slightly above where my natural hood hangs. This helps to create the illusion that that's not actually a hood there, but it's a crease. Okay, so now I'm going to pick a lid shade, and I'm actually going to do a very kind of neutral look today. I'm going to go into this gorgeous kind of, it's almost kind of like a greeny gray. I really don't know how to describe that. It's very, very shimmery and very pretty. So I'm just going to apply that with an e.l.f. smudge brush. It's a very flat brush here. Let's go into that color and apply this to the lid. That is super pretty. And the great thing about these shimmers here is that they seem to be super pigmented. I'm not really having to pile it on. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into this little black book here, and I'm going to take a darker color. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this brown over here on this side, this really deep brown down here. And we're going to be using that as my outer V color to kind of create some depth on the outside. I am finding that these matte shades though are not as pigmented as the shimmer shades. These are proving to be a bit more difficult to build up. And now to kind of blend out that color right up here, I'm going to be taking a very neutral shade. I'm actually going to use this kind of white bone color up here. And I'm taking this on another e.l.f. blending brush. This one is a little more fluffy than the other one I used. It's the bristles are a little bit softer, less painful. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of use this to blend out the colors up here, just to make it seamless, no harsh lines, no weird colors. So I got this e.l.f. mascara, and it appears that both sides are completely dried out. Absolutely nothing is coming off of this on either side. Like, look at that. Completely dry. Granted it was only $1, but that's still really frustrating. So I'm not going to be using an e.l.f. mascara. I'm going to use a regular mascara, and I'm going to go grab one. So I wanted to use a drugstore mascara, so I'm going to be using the Maybelline Falsies Flared, my absolute favorite drugstore mascara. And apply this to my eyelashes. Okay, so now I'm going to go in, sorry I'm shaking the camera around. So now I'm going to go in with highlighter, and this is the e.l.f. Baked Highlighter. I hear so many great things about this. Unfortunately, mine came to me broken, and you can see it's kind of like fallen off the pan there, so I have to be very careful with this. And, oh, I thought I smudged my stuff. Anyways, I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Professional Blush Brush. It's kind of an angled blush brush. Just gonna dab some on my brush there and apply that to the top of my cheekbones. Oh, it's really pretty. I like to go down my nose with it and really concentrate quite a bit on the tip of my nose. And then the Cupid's bow. Okay, and the last step is we're gonna do lips. And I have this e.l.f. matte lip color in Fuscia. It's a very, very pretty color. It's kind of one of these like crayon type of formulas. I'm just gonna apply that to my lips. And these are so easy to apply because the tip is super small. Okay, so that is the lip color. Super pretty, vibrant pink. Looks beautiful with this kind of more neutral eyeshadow look. And you could just leave it at this. It's actually a very kind of buttery formula, even though it's matte, or it says it's matte. It's really kind of not. It's kind of a little bit glossy actually. But I was gonna actually go in with a gloss. This is the e.l.f. Shimmer Gloss. I really don't like lip gloss, but I wanted to do this for the gals out there who do. So I'm just gonna apply this. And it actually made that pink even more vibrant, which I really like. So, all right, we'll deal with lip gloss. All right, guys, and that is the finished look. I put out new videos every Monday and Friday. So if you haven't already and you would like to, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.